Peterson is the founder of Craft Tech University, where you will find the coolest online live classes. We got a little hint of Craft Jam that we talked about just a little while ago, and that's just the tip of the iceberg at Craft Tech University. Linda's an author, designer, teacher, online TV host, and many of you know her here on Cool2Craft for her work with friendly plastic. Well, today she's sharing another fan favorite, her polymer clay characters. I love, love, love what she does with polymer clay. I'm delighted to welcome Linda Peterson. Hi, Linda.
Hi, Tiffany, and thanks, everyone, and I hope everyone had a great creative weekend. It is cold here in Missouri. We woke up this morning. We live in the country, joys of living in the country, to frozen water and 6 degrees below zero wind chill. So it's really cold, which is a perfect day to make snowmen indoors. And we're going to make the kind today that doesn't melt. So you can keep these up for a long time. Doesn't matter how warm you keep your house. These little guys will be smiling back at you every time you look at them. So are you ready to start? We're going to work with our 6 simple shapes technique. And if Tiffany can put up the slide, I'll adjust the camera. All right. This is a super easy project, especially if you are new to polymer clay. So this is a great project to start out with because we're only going to be actually rolling balls, and just about everyone can roll a ball in their hand. And the best way to roll a ball is to use this portion of your palm to roll the ball in, and you're just going to take an amount of clay. You can make the snowman as big as you want or as little as you want, depends on where you're going to be putting it. If you want to put it on a little shelf like I have a pretty small little ball. This is about an inch. And then you're going to create a ball for the head. So this one is larger and this one's medium size. And so basically, as you know, just like if you were making a snowman in the yard, you're going to stack one on top of the other. But we're going to add a little bit to his face. So we're actually, today I thought we would work on making him really, really cute. And I've got this clay shaper. This is that rubber tip tool that I love, love, love to use because this is how I get all the personality in my characters. So it's got a little point, but it also wiggles around a little bit. And you can use a knitting needle or toothpick if you don't have one of these. But I am going to actually put on my little tiny orange nose. A little tiny ball of orange there, and I've shaped it into a little tiny cone. A lot of the characters I do are really small and they're miniature. And I'm going to stick that right on his face. The reason I put the nose on first is because that helps me know exactly where I want to put his eyes. So there's his little nose. You can make it point out, and you know, the nose actually has a lot to do with how he's going to look. And then I'm going to poke some holes right here with my clay shaper. Just like this. We're actually making a really simple snowman because it's hard to make the detailed snowman that I usually make in 7 minutes, but you get the idea. And I have pre-baked some little black balls of clay that I made earlier today. You can also use beads if you want to, if you have some laying around. And I'm just going to drop those into those eye sockets. Okay, it's going to look something like this. Now, I've got these a little off here, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give his face some shape, and this is kind of where his personality comes to life. I kind of like eyes that are a little teardrop shaped, so I just go in and I start shaping with my fingers. And the clay is very responsive, so it doesn't take a lot of pressure to shape his face, and you can reposition his nose if you need to. So just kind of work a little bit, refine a little bit, and just, you know, keep working until you get the look that you like. Now, if you totally hate it, you can always take the eyes out and roll this back up to a ball and start over again. That's the beauty of working with clay. So I'm going to just poke in a little smile because this is the easiest to do. Okay. So his face is going to look something like this. I'll put it up a little closer to the camera. All right, you get the idea. Now, to attach the head to the body so that it doesn't roll off, what I use is toothpicks, or you can also use a piece of wire. And so you're just going to press that down into the center, leave about, half an inch or so, quarter of an inch, a little bit of an extension, cut it off, and then you're just going to set the head right on to the body. All right, so we have the beginning of the snowman, and over here, this is kind of the fun. This part's easy, and it's really quick, and so now we get to embellish it, and that's kind of what takes a little bit of the time. But I have a piece of clay here. This is just a turquoise color clay, and I mixed in some white, so it's kind of marbly, and it's flat, it's very thin. I'm just going to wrap it around to give him a little scarf. Okay, looks like I didn't give it enough of a piece here. I can give him a little scarf, something like this. And then the other fun thing to do is to give him some hands. And there's lots of ways that you can do hands. You can put little sticks in there. You can make little polymer clay hands. But a really simple way to make a hand, move this out of the way, is I've taken a piece of wire and I've twisted it to make a loop. And then I can come in with a pair of pliers and I can bend this loop into the letter Y just by pressing down in the center. Okay, so I've got, kind of looks like a little twig, and then we can just poke these right into the side of the little snowman. Okay, so there is a quick 7-minute snowman, and of course you can work with this a lot more and put a lot more detail, but you'll want to bake this according to the manufacturer's direction depending on what kind of clay that you're using. The instructions should be on the package, and typically it's going to bake for about 30 minutes.